Donald Trump has made an extraordinary political comeback, achieving a feat many thought impossible. CNN now projects that he has won the presidential election, defeating Kamala Harris to secure a return to the White House. Trump's victory is one for the history books. He becomes only the second former president in U.S. history to be re-elected after previously leaving office. This achievement is even more remarkable considering his first term included 2 impeachments, numerous criminal charges, and highly publicized legal battles. Yet he now returns to lead a divided nation with a strong mandate from his supporters and a renewed role on the world stage. The latest results coming in from Wisconsin pushed Trump over the 270 electoral vote mark, securing his win with a total of 276 votes to Harris's 219. The final stretch saw Trump pulling ahead by around 30,000 votes, with nearly all ballots counted. Milwaukee, a stronghold for Democrats, showed Harris leading there, but not by a wide enough margin to close the gap statewide. This underperformance in urban areas like Milwaukee mirrors similar trends across other key cities, where Democrats failed to maintain the overwhelming support they enjoyed in 2020. Milwaukee saw a late influx of around 109,000 votes favoring Harris, but it simply wasn't enough. Trump's support held firm across rural Wisconsin, particularly in traditionally conservative counties like Waukesha, Washington, and Ozaukee. The areas outside Milwaukee, known as the WOW counties, are suburban and rural strongholds where Republicans have worked for decades to build support. Despite modest losses in 2020, Trump regained strength there this time around. His significant lead in these regions, coupled with Harris's urban underperformance, ultimately delivered Wisconsin into his column. The same pattern emerged in Michigan. Trump's lead was even larger here than when he first flipped the state in 2016, with significant support across rural areas where voters have long felt overlooked by Washington. Detroit, an essential Democratic base, underperformed for Harris, partly due to issues that have made Democrats' urban voter base less certain. In Wayne County, which includes Detroit, Harris lagged several points behind Biden's 2020 numbers. Similar results appeared in Michigan's second-largest city, Dearborn. Issues like the recent conflict in Gaza and economic challenges seem to have affected support in these urban communities, creating an opportunity for Trump to capitalize on disenchantment. These results underscore a growing divide between rural and urban America. Many Republican voters see Trump as a disruptive force in Washington, a voice for those who feel left out of the political establishment. Since the early 2000s, many rural Republicans have felt that the GOP has abandoned them in favor of corporate interests and policies that neglect their communities. Trump's appeal lies in his willingness to challenge this status quo. Despite his controversial record, his message resonates deeply with those who feel they have been forgotten by both major parties. What's next for a second Trump presidency? He now has a second chance to tackle the issues that matter to his base. Some Republicans believe that if he governs differently, working across the aisle and appointing figures like Nikki Haley to his cabinet, he could shift his reputation as a divisive leader. However, given his past rhetoric and policies, many remain skeptical. Trump's focus may lie in advancing an agenda that he promised in his first term but could not fully deliver. He has previously mentioned plans for measures like a national abortion ban, tariffs, and mass deportations, policies that could profoundly impact Americans' day-to-day lives. Looking ahead, this election represents more than just a return to power for Trump. It is a broader statement from voters who feel disillusioned by the current political establishment. These voters have watched decades of political promises fall short, and they see Trump as someone who, despite his flaws, understands their frustrations. They want a leader who will disrupt Washington, a figure who promises to break from tradition and address issues that matter to them personally. This victory solidifies Trump's place as a voice for the disaffected, a voice that continues to rally millions, for better or worse, toward his vision for America.